Welcome to a BW Wellbeing of BW Businessworld podcast today on the 3rd of January 2023, a day which is celebrated as the International Mind Body Wellness Day to emphasize how a healthy mind and emotions make a healthy body. The mind, body, and soul connection play an important role in our overall health and well being. We are in conversation with Dr. Anu Teotia, who is an assistant professor of psychology, a senior psychotherapist, and a clinical hypnotherapist. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Kavi, for the warm welcome and the introduction here. And thanks for giving me this opportunity to be here and to talk about the things which are really important.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, my first question to you is how does mental health and mental well being affect our body as well?
I would say the effect of mental health and well being on our body is very, very, it has a direct connection to it because when we are going through a lot of stress for a long time, it starts getting manifested in the form of various physical health related issues. So many issues we are, finding we see the people around dealing with spondylitis and cervical, those kind of pains, headaches, migraine headache, very commonly seen. A lot of issues related to stomach, which is like having ulcers, IBS. So all these problems are actually happening at a great speed, and so many people are actually suffering from it because a lot of stress we are going through nowadays. So, what happens when the stress, anything stressful we are dealing with, it activates the sympathetic nervous system in our body. And that is supposed to happen for a short term period because it prepares our body for that kind of response we need in that emergency situation. But with chronic stress, when we are dealing with new challenges on everyday basis, we are in that emergency mode for long term, and that's when our entire system starts collapsing completely. So it is very, very important to take care of your mental health, to take care of your well-being so that your body also remains healthy.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when we talk about our body being healthy, what there's a term that's called psychosomatic. I've heard it a lot of time. People say that our illness or our fever or anything is might be psychosomatic. What does that mean, ma'am?
Basically, psychosomatic refers to the kind of issues which are somatic in the form, which means related to your physical health, but arising from the psychological issues. So, because of the stress, because of not being mentally in a healthy state, I start manifesting the physical health related symptoms, like you said, having fever at times, because we might have heard such stories also with children that the child was very much scared, and due to that, the child had fever.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that was a very simple explanation of that. Like other things, like I just talked about ulcers, very commonly seen as a psychosomatic issue. IBS is clearly having psychological reasons, and today we know that until or unless person is dealing with the kind of I would say psychological issues person is handling in that moment, IBS will not go completely. So no as such medical treatment exists nowadays that IBS could be dealt with without having any kind of psychological counseling or help in that case. So such a strong connection we see in the psychosomatic issues.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for that, ma'am. Ma'am, but also, so psychology can play a role in boosting our immunity as well
Yes,
as achieving goals uh, health wise using the synchronization of our mind and body.
yes, definitely. Because our psychology basically is dealing with mental health, and when we are very much aware of our emotional health, our thought process, it changes a lot of things inside us. It changes the neurochemistry of our body. So, good hormones are being released, happy hormones are being released. We talk about endorphins. So, even when you are going for exercise, endorphins are being released in the body. That's why you feel positive after exercising, or what we call runner's high when you go for running and when you go for walk. So, mentally also, it makes you feel better. So, a very direct connection with the immunity also, because endorphins or dopamine or serotonin, which are like happy hormones being released in your body, directly impacts your immunity. And this is how you're better able to deal with any kind of infections, and you're not catching the infections, and you're not having physical health related I would say challenges in that way.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so does actually you've already said it, but how does our lifestyle completely affect our mental health also? This is the other way around. First, the mental health affects the body, and sometimes maybe a sedentary lifestyle will affect our mental health.
Yes, right. As you said, that relationship between the two is, I would say, reciprocal. So your physical health, your lifestyle impacting your mental health, and your mental health is impacting your lifestyle. It's vice versa, both the ways. So when we talk about lifestyle, if you are not having a healthy lifestyle, like you said, sedentary lifestyle, you are not moving your body, you're not going for exercise, you are not maybe sleeping well, and you are not eating healthy. After that, additionally, you are getting into maybe substance abuse to some extent. So it impacts your mental health in that way, because again the connection goes in the same direction, that neurochemistry of your body is changing with that. And when the neurochemistry is changing, your brain is functioning at a different level, which is not healthy. And if your brain is not functioning at a healthy level, your mind is also not functioning well, so your thought process is also getting impacted by that. So anytime, like we notice, if we were not able to sleep well any night, in the morning we feel a lot of irritation,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
it impacts our emotional health. If we are not physically rested well, it definitely impacts our mood. So that's again a very simple example of that. So if you keep uh, following unhealthy lifestyle for a long term, it starts impacting your overall system, in a way that your different systems of your body are like cardiovascular system, your digestive system, these all might not be functioning at an optimum level, because that rest is not given properly. So it is very, very important that you have a healthy lifestyle, you take proper nutrition, you sleep well, you take, 6 to 8 hours sleep, whatever it is individually different. And of course, eat healthy. So as we say that healthy mind lives in healthy body. So of course, what you are eating, that is also very important. It impacts the way, uh, you look around the things, and you perceive the things, and you kind of thought process you carry with you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the role of clinical hypnotherapy in healing the mind and body when needed? If somebody wants to undergo clinical hypnotherapy.
Clinical hypnotherapy is a kind of therapy which deals with subconscious mind. When I say subconscious mind, we can take it as part of your mind which actually very well connects to your real self, which is not impacted by our expectations, which are being formed from the perspective that what other persons, the people around us will say and will expect from us, and how I should behave or must be doing the things in a particular situation. So when we put the person in trance through clinical hypnosis or hypnotherapy, because when hypnosis is used for therapeutic purposes, it is called therapy. So person is better able to connect with his or her real self, and what exactly is important with for that particular person, and uh, what kind of solutions person can get while working with his or her own self. So in that way, clinical hypnotherapy becomes a very, very significant therapy in healing the mind and body, because as I said, that it is very, very important that you understand your own self in uh, in a proper manner, and
Yes,
you follow your life and you lead your life as per your own choice or your own decisions or your own, I might call it a purpose of your life. So it they people are better able to heal themselves when they connect with that part of the mind, as well as this part of the mind has a lot of healing powers, as we understand today. So
yes,
once
ma'am.
we put the person in trance, it brings a lot of relaxation mentally and physically, and we all understand that relaxation brings a lot of healing. So that is also the reason.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, just a couple of questions before we wrap up. So, our mind body connection is very crucial, as you have proved. Ma'am, is there a way to ensure its balance? How to balance our mind body connection?
Definitely. First of all, I would say most of the time, what happens, we are aware of a healthy lifestyle, and to some extent, we take care of that. That if we are not able to go for exercise daily, maybe we are going for it, 3 times a day, or trying to eat healthy most of the time, like having a cheat day once or twice, and when then we are not eating healthy. So a lot of things we are doing related to it, but very few people are able to understand that when it comes to health and mind body connection, what becomes very very important to take care of for emotional health. And when I say emotional health, it is very well referring to being aware of your own emotions, because every emotion is a messenger, especially the negative emotions, the difficult emotions. So, idea is not to run away from them or being very much overwhelmed. The idea is whenever you feel any emotion, especially the negative one, you really need to sit with yourself and ask yourself what is happening to me. So, suppose, for example, if I'm angry with something, it is very much required that before I react to the situation, I sit with myself and ask myself that what has happened which is making me angry. Has somebody done something which should not been done, or something what I was expecting from other person or the people around, that has not happened. So is there a lack, or it is something which is not very much healthy reaction coming from other person? So when I understand that, that message is very clear to me, and then I can convey the same thing to that person, to the people around, and can make sure that next time I will not be caught up in a kind of a situation that I experienced that unhealthy form of the emotion again. That is called taking care of your emotional health. So it is very much important to understand your emotions, sit with difficult emotions uh, for a time being, so that you can actually understand what is the message behind it, and to take corrective actions in your life to have a healthy life then. Because until unless you are not feeling emotionally healthy, you won't be feeling mentally as well as physically healthy. We know that fact very well today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very insightful, and I'm sure this is going to benefit our audience in a massive manner and spread awareness. Ma'am, my last question. Would you like to give any message to our audience on this day to spread awareness of how the mind and body are deeply connected, and maybe do their bit for society in a manner of giving back, not as a professional, but as a human being?
Um, I think that is making me think. And I
Okay.
would say the message I would like to convey is to basically what I really believe in always, that you live only for once. Try to just get most out of it. And when I say that, I mean to say that it's very important to understand that, first of all, if anybody has any responsibility towards ourselves, that's we are the people who are having that responsibility, first of all.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you need to take care of yourself rather than thinking that other people will be taking care of you. And you can only spread happiness around when you are happy yourself. It doesn't mean that you create problems for other people, but boundary making is very, very important, which says that you need to decide for yourself that how you want yourself to be treated. And the best way to do that is to treat the people around you in a way that, in the same way you want them, to be responding to you, and them to be, treating you in that manner. So be kind, be very genuine, and live and let other lives live.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, we are very grateful for your time. I know how busy your schedule is, but you took out time for us. Thank you so much, ma'am, and I look forward to an interaction again with you very soon.
Thank you, Kavi. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.